thought I'd talk about a little bit about what life has been like on this contract, what crew life has been like for us. It's been very different to any contract, obviously. And I knew coming back onto the ship that it was going to be different because we didn't have the privileges, we didn't have shore leave. There was all these COVID protocols in place, which are still in place now, even though we're in August. They're still in place. And I knew it was going to be different, but it's been so much, I don't say worse, but so much more than I thought it was going to be, so much harder than I thought it was going to be. Because normally we have had crew events. So we've had dead cruises where in between, we reposition cruises where in between Liverpool to Southampton, we didn't have any guests on, so we had a couple of days where we just kind of did crew events and things like that. We had bingo, Jungle Cruise, the movies, Black Widow, who's now become my favourite superhero. Black Widow, that film was amazing, I loved it, and she's really cool. And so we've had that, and then over the last couple of weeks we've had more kind of crew events in the evening time. So we had one of the people who comes on the ship, like a variety act guy, the comedian magician. He did a show just for the crew last night. I didn't go to that because I finished early, but I started at 8 AM and his show didn't start till like 12:15, so I wasn't going to go to that. That's far too late for me. And so we do have some crew events happening, but they're so late in the night for me. I can't do it. We're working 11 hours a day, 10.5 hours a day, sometimes 10. So that kind of hours of we were doing 11 hours every single day. Now we've kind of done 10, although we've crept back up to 11 hours here or there because we've been very busy the last week or so. So it hasn't really been much, because normally, when I make videos, I film all types of stuff and I film different things in the cabin and just general life, but there hasn't been really any life on the ship. I literally wake up, there's a hot water machine here, which is different to the Dream that I normally work on. You can't get any hot water, you have to go to the crew mess. There's a hot water machine just above my cabin, so I can get boiling water. So I normally get up, have my tea or coffee, instant that I have a little bit of a Velveeta breakfast biscuit or something, something like that, and go to work. I then work 11 hours a day. I then come home and I go to bed. I read or watch a movie, because there hasn't been anything you can do because of the strict rules, and even within crew in backstage areas where we socialise, there hasn't been as many socialised areas to be. Those rooms have had capacity, so we couldn't all go into those places, and when you're in those places you've got to be we had to be 6 foot apart from people and only 2 people per table, so it just makes it so hard to do anything. And I like to play games and card games and things, and we have played card games and Monopoly Deal and things like that every so often, which is my favourite thing to do, but we haven't been able to do that as much just because there's just been no time. You're tired all the time, and it's just not much to do. So it's been frustrating. There's been no kind of social outlet. Before you had lots of stuff that you could do to forget work, but now it's literally, my life has been, every day has just been work, and it's been a bit boring, to be honest. And obviously not having Taylor here is hard. Not having Mark here is hard as well, or Jamie as well, people who I lived with before, people I'm very close with. And finding yourself in a new team with lots of new people. I've worked for Disney for nearly 3 years, come up to 3 years, and most of the people I work with I'd never met before. So that's one of the positive things actually, is meeting so many new people. I've loved that. I've loved that a lot. But it's also very hard because you don't know people like I know, like Mark and stuff. So it would have been nice to have Mark here, but he's had to go back to be a teacher. He had to be selfish and do his career, something that he went to university for so many years to do. How selfish of him. But I'm looking forward to seeing him in a couple of weeks, or when I get off. No, not in a couple of weeks, a week or so. Go to see him. It's a has been hard. I've not been able to get off. We've had no shore leave either, so we've not been able to go on land, and that's frustrating because just having an hour off the ship kind of helps you to reset and get out of that kind of work mode and ship life mode. Go for an hour, go and have a coffee somewhere, go and get something to eat, use the internet somewhere. You know, I mean, the ports I only ever went to before were just Nassau and Port Canaveral and Castaway. But getting off at Nassau and just going to McDonald's to get some Wi-Fi for an hour or two was such a good, like, just release and reset. We can't do that. Stuck every day, and it was really hard in Liverpool because Liverpool, we dock right in the city centre, and you can just see people walking around, and we're so close. I'm just like, it's the perfect port where I could get off and do lots of stuff and be back on in plenty of time. So that's no shore leave is definitely a mind melter. Could just like, I just want to get off. I just want an hour. Let me leave for an hour, but can't do it. But it's been good. The guests have been really nice. It's been nice to have English guests, or the UK guests, I should say, UK residents. It's very different to having Americans and other nationalities on board, and I suppose it's easier. It's easier because we can kind of relate to the UK guests a lot more. I feel like we can anticipate what they want and what they need and what they're going to say and what they're going to moan at and what they're not going to moan at and what they're going to put up with. There's lots of people from where I live as well, so now and again a few people that pop up who are from the same area that I live in. Met one of my old managers from like 10 years ago. So it was nice to speak to him, even though only just very briefly. I haven't seen him for 10 years. He was one of my managers when I worked in Harrods, and yeah, he was really nice. Just kind of see him there, and there are other people that I know that are coming on the ship, but I think I'm going to be off by the time they come on the ship. So it's been good. Definitely been an experience. Yeah, crew life has been weird. What's been weird is obviously we spent some time in guest cabins, and because I was fully vaccinated, I had to come to a crew cabin before the rest of the crew. So that was like, oh, why did I get vaccinated? I should not have got vaccinated, because then I could have had a guest cabin to myself. People literally have only just moved into crew cabins. That could have been my whole contract, but I'm not bitter about it. No, I'm not. I would have rather had been vaccinated back in February like I was than not be vaccinated. So yeah, that's kind of crew life at the minute, and it's just trying to fit everything in. Just trying to do laundry is hard. Just trying to fit it in. Very different. So obviously I haven't made as many videos on this contract because there's nothing to particularly make a video of, because I haven't done anything. I don't go outside. It could be 3 or 4 days before I go outside. If I do go outside, it might be just for an hour or 2 hours in a week. So that's not nice. I hate that. I love going outside. So yes, there's not been much to film. I do apologise about that. But thank you anyway for watching the videos and subscribing. I've had more subscribers, keep popping up, more likes, more questions, and more people getting in contact with me, which I love. I love that. And what I like is that there's lots of people who are, as I leave this ship, there's lots of people who are coming on the ship, who are new hires, who have been watching these videos and who have been chatting to me and asking me questions. And there's new hires in a couple of weeks that are coming on different ships, and that's great. I think that's really awesome. So they get to start their Disney journey, and that's what's been happening. I don't know what else to say, but I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to drink my hot chocolate. I'm going to enjoy my evening before I have to go back to work again. Because sometimes, luckily, I don't start till 11:30 a.m. tomorrow, so that's a late start, which is very good. The other day, I literally had 9 hours between when I clocked out and when I had to clock back in, and those 9 hours had to include me sleeping, eating, showering, all that good stuff that you have to do. But yes, I'm going to go. See you later. Thank you for watching. I've been Ash, and if you've got any more questions about anything, let me know. Until next time, see you later. Bye bye.